Please introduce yourself.
I'm Emma and I'm a young adult carer.
What does transition mean to you?
It means moving on and growing up, changing things in your life that you have to change.
Tell us briefly about your story.
So I was about 10, I would say, when I became a young carer. The reason why I became a carer is my mum's mobility issues got worse and mental health issues started to get worse as well. Mainly cleaning, cooking, just general tidying up, making sure my mum was okay before I went to school, the usual stuff. It was alright at school, I guess. Primary school was easy, secondary school was fun. I did start worrying more in secondary school, but because I had to focus on my education as well as caring, I was in trouble a lot as well. I don't say no more.
What was your hopes and fears as a young carer?
I know my hopes were that my mum would get better, because I always thought she would, but obviously she didn't. My fears were that I was going to lose her at some point, because she had a really bad turn in 2011. So I thought I was going to lose her, but we didn't, thank God. He is out there somewhere. Where, I don't know. So one of my hopes was that I'd either become a vet or the next top baker, because I love to bake.
What was your expectations?
I thought there'd be more in the service instead of just a letter, because all I received was a letter in a post saying you are now 18, you are a young adult carer. But I did start doing some of the stuff with them when I was 16, 17, because I did know quite a lot of them in the older. I still had to focus on an education, but I'd also focus on getting a job and bringing some money in to support myself and my family.
Did your caring role change?
Well, it changed by I had to do a lot more around the house. So, whereas before I wouldn't do like the shopping, I'd go help with the shopping, go get bits, get stuff that my mum needs, like her medication and everything, stuff like that. Making sure she kept her appointments.
Who was there to support you and did it help?
So the young carer service was there, my friends, my family, and yes, it did help because it helped me grow as a person.
Did the expectations on you get greater as you got older?
Short answer, yes. Yeah, they did expect more from me, because whereas when I was a child, I did still get some things from me, like bought for me and everything, but now I've got to go out and buy things myself that I need. I've got to pay rent, I've got to pay all sorts. Don't ever get finance, it's horrible.
What do you know now that you wish that you know then?
What to expect when you grew up and how things can change and stuff like that. I wish I'd known more about how things were going to change. Then if you know it in advance, you can prepare for it, I'd say.
What would your message be to a young carer who's going through a transition?
It can be scary at first, but once you get to know the people in the young adult carer service and what we do, then you get to know new people and learn more from the older people. My favourite thing about being a young carer was I got to do a lot more fun stuff, but as a young adult carer you've got to sit and think, what can I do and what can't I do? But the support is there for you, and there is still stuff for us to do, but it's just not as much. It's easy at first. Well, no, it's hard at first, but then it gets easier. The best thing about being a young adult carer is meeting the amazing people that are there to support you, meeting new friends, and having fun at the same time.